In a dusty corner of Bihar, in a village where the loudest sound was either a temple bell or a mother calling her child back from the fields, lived a boy named Vikram. He wasn't special to the world. In fact, the world barely noticed him. His house had no concrete, just mud walls and a tin roof that danced during thunderstorms. But inside that mud house was a boy who saw the world differently. While other kids played cricket with broken sticks, Vikram sat on a rock outside his hut, staring at the sky. Not because he liked clouds, but because that was his only classroom. His father, a farmer who battled both debt and drought, wanted Vikram to start helping in the fields. "Books won't feed you," he said. But Vikram believed knowledge was the only real harvest that never failed. There was no money for notebooks, so he used a charcoal piece to write formulas on the mud wall of his house. His multiplication tables shared space with cracks. The periodic table lived next to a hanging lantern. His fingers were often black with soot, but his mind was golden with imagination. Every evening, when his younger sister slept hungry, Vikram would quietly walk to the Panchayat library, a small room with more cobwebs than books. There, he would sit on the floor and read pages like they were treasures. People laughed. "Iska to dimag kharab ho gaya hai," they'd whisper. "A boy who doesn't eat but reads? Madness," they said. But Vikram kept going. Then came the turning point. One afternoon, while helping his father sell vegetables at the weekly haat, Vikram noticed a man watching him, a stranger in a crisp shirt, asking unusually sharp questions. "How did you solve that math riddle so fast?" the man asked. Vikram shrugged. "It just made sense in my head." The man was a visiting professor from Patna, there to study rural education. He spent an hour with Vikram and left without a word. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived. Vikram had been offered a full scholarship to a boarding school in Patna. Uniforms, books, hostel, everything paid for. For the first time in his life, Vikram wore shoes. For the first time, he entered a real classroom with lights, chairs, fans, and teachers who came on time. But success wasn't instant. He was laughed at for his accent, mocked for his village ways, and called jungly by classmates. But the boy who once wrote on mud walls now had whiteboards. He had something his critics didn't hunger, not for food, but for transformation. Years passed. Vikram topped every class, learned fluent English, and eventually cracked the IIT entrance exam with a rank few believed possible. The boy from nowhere was now on the path to becoming someone everyone would know. He didn't just stop there. After graduating, he didn't chase Silicon Valley dreams. Instead, he returned to his village with laptops, solar panels, and a vision. On the very land where his father once grew onions, Vikram built a school with walls of concrete but values carved in humility. He hired local teachers, trained them, and set up India's first digital mud classroom for underprivileged kids. Today, hundreds of children learn there. They study coding, read Tagore, solve math puzzles, all in a village where people once thought education was a joke. And in the heart of the school, there's a preserved patch of the original mud wall from Vikram's house. On it, the words written in charcoal remain untouched. "One day, I'll change everything," because he did.